You're listening to Dear Alice, a lifestyle approach to interior design.
Hi, welcome.
Woo!
Today we are talking about guest bedrooms. Yes. We figured this was a good question to answer because so many of us have guests coming in for the holidays. And this question was tips on decorating a small bedroom, a small guest bedroom. Do I get a smaller bed, smaller nightstands? What should I do?
Well, having lived in a small space for a little while, I really like small spaces. P.S. I feel very special in it. We live in a remodeled attic apartment of a very historic home, and the spaces, the footprints aren't huge, but they're all vaulted and they're lovely. And when we're like doing bedrooms and living room, you really had to be more gracious with the scale in order for the space to feel large. If I put small pieces in those small bedrooms, they just look smaller. Mm-hmm. They don't grow. But when you find like a really gracious, like larger area rug, again, we've talked about this before, it stretches your eye. In my son's room, we have an actual chest instead of a nightstand. And then I have a round nightstand on his other side that's like a 32 or 36 or something like that. And it feels so gracious in there. And he has a queen bed. And I mean, it's not a massive room, but it feels a lot bigger because of the scale of furniture that we used in a smaller space. So I would say if you can go larger when you're trying to, again, look at all the different pieces that you can fit into the space. And even if you can only fit, I don't know, we were talking about this, like the bed size, we would definitely go no smaller than a queen.
Yeah, the experience, I think, if you're a guest staying in someone's house is the bed.
Yeah.
I mean, really, you're going there to mostly sleep, right? So don't put a twin if you can fit a queen.
Yeah.
And don't put a full if you can fit a queen.
Yeah.
Even if it's a little bit, extravagant or a little large for the small room, you're still going to sleep so much better, especially if it's a couple in a queen bed than in a full bed. Yeah. So go bigger than you think. And it actually grows the room. We were just recently in an apartment that we're helping to design downtown Salt Lake City. And the spaces felt so small and they're like, I don't even know what's going to fit. And we said, trust me, when you get furniture in a room, it grows. The room looks so much bigger with furniture, and which sounds counterintuitive, but it really is true. So measure out and see if you can get a queen in that room. And if you can, do that instead of the full or the twin.
Yeah, another great example too is we just installed a brownstone in DC with really small spaces. And again, it was important to the client to have comfortable beds for her children and people that would come stay with them. And so we didn't go smaller than a queen in both of the guest bedrooms, but we just did smaller nightstands. Like you can find little 15-inch narrow nightstands, but it was still more important for her and her guests and the experience that she wanted them to have a really beautiful sleeping experience, which is a queen bed, like a minimum. So
for sure. Yeah. Well, let's launch into the guest experience, I think,
yes.
Because we are all anticipating guests for the holiday, or maybe we will be a guest. So what, in your opinion, makes for the very best guest bedrooms? What are the luxuries every guest bedroom should have?
Good sheets.
Yeah.
Again, we bear testimony of this all day long, of just, again, that bottom layer, the base layer that like interacts with your body is the most important. You know, that's where we start asking somebody how they sleep. And I think for us lately, we've been really crazy about the Tencel sheets that we sell. Linen sheets are lovely, but just having lovely sheets is such an experience. If you have, some people like flannel sheets. I sleep really hot with flannel sheets. They kind of stick to me. And so
I can't figure out what the flannel sheet is for. Does anybody enjoy it? I think if you're a kid, maybe it's fun if you're a kid, but also don't you think your pajamas, like you turn into the flannel board story and like everything sticks and you're trying to like
so true.
Turn over on your side, but your nightgown is still stuck to the other side and pretty soon you're all in a twist.
Yeah. And you can't breathe. And then like before you know it, like you don't have any clothes on. You're like, oh, this is terrible. And you're sweaty and too much TMI. But
don't put flannel sheets on your guest bed.
Yeah. I'll avoid that one.
So besides luxurious sheets, and also get new sheets if it's been a while, right? Sometimes people overlook the the whole sheet thing. They're like, oh, I've got a closet full of them. Or just freshly launder them. If you're like, I've got good sheets, just freshly launder them so they smell good when you pull them on. There's like linen sprays.
Yes.
I love a great linen spray.
Yeah, because linens, again, if you're pulling them out from a cupboard, like they're always going to have this kind of messy smell if they haven't been used or laundered recently. So at the very minimum, use the linen spray, throw them in the wash, bring them out. My mother-in-law is really cute. She always gets us a holiday sheet set, and she always has the beds dressed in holiday sheets, and she really loves it. And that's very iconic of her. And so it's fun to, like, especially for kids to go to her home and experience that. But you can just do white too. So
yeah, that's great. So besides great sheets, I think extra layers are important in a bedroom.
Totally.
Because we all sleep at different temperatures. I'm always cold. My husband's always hot. But if you're staying at somebody else's house and you're like trying to warm up and everybody's gone to bed, you feel sheepish if you're like trying to find a blanket somewhere in the house, opening other people's doors and cupboards and drawers and everything, just trying to find a way to get warm. So having extra layers just folded in the closet or in a bureau or something, I think is a really nice,
just so it's like really easy to see. So you're not, again, like in the middle of the night digging through, trying to find it. I think just making, if they've never been to your home and they're a guest, like just keeping everything kind of out and explaining to them like where things are. I think that's also a good sign of a gracious hostess.
Yeah.
To kind of take them through and say, here's some extra blankets if you guys get chilly in the night and so forth. So
yeah,
I love that.
Great.
Extra layers.
I think one of the greatest luxuries, and I'm guessing most households don't have this, but if you do have drapes, consider, or if you're going to be buying drapes for your guest bedroom, consider getting the blackout ones. There's something really nice about being able to sleep in because you're probably on vacation if you are staying at somebody else's home, unless you're just an early riser and you know that about yourself. But I think that's one of the greatest luxuries about not being on a work schedule and being away from home is that you can get extra sleep, especially during the holidays. So a blackout curtain will make sure that you don't know when the sun is up.
It really is such a gift.
Yeah, it is. I love it. I love a blackout drape. It's so good. A full-length mirror.
Amen.
Yes.
You're always, when you're getting ready in the morning, you're just like, I actually don't know if this is successful or not.
Yeah.
Just be my full-length mirror. It's super at Market. I know we have, why we stay at a really lovely place, but there's only one floor mirror in the whole house. And so if you want to use it, you have to like go to that other person's guest bedroom to see how you look. So if you can, even if it's behind a closet door or something, give them a floor length mirror. It's so, people want to feel confident, look good, feel good. Give them a floor length mirror.
Yeah, it's good. A nightlight.
Ooh, I love that. My son sleeps with a nightlight. And so again, whenever we go somewhere, we usually have him. And so I like having a nightlight, and especially if you're not familiar with the home, or, you're getting up in the middle of the night to use the restroom. And just that nightlight is just, it's just nice. So you're not tripping over stuff.
Yeah.
It's not your space.
Yeah.
You don't know it yet.
That's great.
I like that.
I think just having a chair is a good one. Corey, you brought this one up. You were recently staying somewhere.
Yeah, I was, who I was staying with, amazing person, super gracious. It was like all that was in the room was like an air mattress, which is totally fine. I'm totally okay sleeping on that. But like trying to get my shoes on, like, you know what I mean? Sitting down and like, just like moving all over the place was just like, I don't know, just really hard. And I was like, it'd be nice to have a chair or a bench, some sort of ottoman, just to kind of like sit down and not be, you know what I mean, flopping all over the place trying to get my shoes on.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's important. Especially if you just need to like take a breather to yourself, like, cause you're not going to go sit on their sofa in the middle of, you know what I mean? Like in their living room or something, just to kind of like sit down, collect your thoughts. I was like staying with someone and writing music. So it was like very creatively like taxing, like all day for like 12 hours. So I was like, I would just go lay down on the air mattress and just like needed a second, but it would have been nice to have a chair. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Somewhere to sit. So that's my 2 cents on that.
That's good.
Yeah. And if you don't have a corner for a chair in the smaller room, like if you can't even fit like a slim bench at the foot of the bed, that's always nice when you're pulling back bedding or again to put your shoes on. A bench is also nice too, like if you have luggage. If your guest has luggage, if you don't have room for a bench, have a folded up luggage rack like nearby so that they can have somewhere to put their luggage, so it's not just sitting on the floor.
We were all talking.
Always nice.
We were talking about this yesterday, where a bunch of us were saying we like to unpack our suitcase and fully like move into the dresser or the closet or whatnot.
I'm one of those people for sure. If it's 2 days.
Yeah. I'm not one of those people. I want to keep my own stuff in my suitcase because I don't know their dresser. I don't know why I feel like I'm moving into somebody else's life. So I just keep my stuff opened on a luggage rack. I don't know. It would be an interesting question to know which one you are. Yeah. But I would say, I feel more comfortable if there's hangers. I feel okay about hanging my stuff on their rod. I just feel funny about putting my stuff in their drawers. What is that? I've never even said that out loud. But I just make sure there's hangers. We just recently stayed at the same Airbnb home that we rent for High Point, and there was no hangers in the closet. And I was like, oh, geez, I brought like skirts and dresses and things that I was hoping to sort of like hang out some of the wrinkles and spray them out and whatnot, but no hangers. So I just had to keep everything in my suitcase for a week. Yeah,
I hate having to rummage through my suitcase. Like, just like, oh, I'm like looking for this and it's all in one thing. It's like, oh, the socks are by the pants and the shirts and everything. It's just like too much for me. So I just would rather just have it laid out as if I'm at home. I feel like it's efficient. I don't know. That's probably just
visually you can survey what you've got going on.
Exactly.
It makes so much sense. I don't know why I don't do it.
Yeah, and maybe
the same way, Core.
Maybe I should worry about the dresser situation. Hey, how about a clean dresser?
Maybe bring liners with you next time as a guest.
A drawer liner.
Talk about what your guests can do when they come to your home.
Exactly.
How about a good scent? I love it when there's a good scent.
Yeah, I feel like you're really good at that. Jess has lovely guest bedrooms. Like if you ever have a chance to stay at Jess's house,
yes, come stay. Somebody stay with me. I've got two guest bedrooms.
2 gorgeous ones.
Yes.
Beautiful new Oli bed.
I think that people probably aren't comfortable lighting a candle at your house. So by scent, I mean diffuser.
Yeah.
Because it's just already doing the work for you. You don't have to remember to go and light it before your guests come. So it will just always be just omitting a beautiful scent. So I think that on a nightstand or on a dresser nearby is really nice to walk in and have it smell lovely and have fresh sheets and a little night light and all things considered.
Yeah, I bet you have sachets in your dresser drawers.
Oh, I should. I'm going to go get them. Or drawer liners.
Especially if like you don't go in the room often, like, and it can kind of feel stale. Like you kind of want to have something like, that feels fresh. Cause it's a bad vibe if it doesn't smell good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If it's stale, it's just like, this isn't comforting.
Right.
You know what I mean? I can attest to that as well.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful time of year. Open a window, let the breeze come in. Let your guests know too, if they're a hot sleeper, I have brothers that are hot sleepers, so they always have a window cracked, like wherever they're at. So yeah, understand your guest temperature likings.
There you go.
Yeah.
Reading material. How do you guys feel about this? I know that we have so much on our phones today that we're constantly just digesting. There's just so much information, to get. But do you think like it's nice to actually turn the pages of a book at the end of the day, or magazines, or?
I think magazines probably. I don't know. I guess a book would be nice if someone's staying for a really long time and it's one of your favorite books. I guess you could, kind of create your own book club and invite them to read your book. Magazines are really great, especially if it's like a specific to your demographic. If you're in Park City and it's on skiing and they might be like, oh, I'm going skiing tomorrow. I'm going to flip through this.
Look at the restaurants, the local fare.
Exactly.
That sort of thing. One of my friends recently gave me a book. It's a little Oprah one, and it's full of short little stories.
Oh, that's nice.
And it's just like a quick read. So it is kind of fun to get into other people's minds and see what they treasure. Yeah. So that could be fun.
Yeah, books are so telling about the people that live there, and so that it is a fun experiment.
Yeah,
I feel like that makes it feel more at home too. It's just not like
homey.
an empty room with just a bed in it that you just happen to be staying in for the next couple of days or however long. It kind of gives it that, like you're in a homey space. So whether they're going to read through it or not, I think that's a good thing to have, in my opinion.
It's just like the extra touch, which I think that's what this is all about. We all know we can put an air mattress in a room, right? But this one is about sort of up-leveling that whole guest experience. Yes. So I think it's just another layer.
Pillow.
A mint on the pillow, a book by the bedside. So Sue, you kind of touched on this earlier, walking through and kind of giving them a tour of the house so that they know that, oh, by the way, this is the pantry and take anything you want. This is where I keep snacks and here's the fridge. There's bottles of water right here. just kind of giving them a house tour when they arrive so they feel settled and they don't feel like a stranger in your home, but like a guest in your home.
I love that. Yeah, I think that's really smart. And they'll be so much more comfortable, again, feeling more at home and that you're on your way to having a better time. Everybody, if they're comfortable.
Yeah.
If they're uncomfortable, you're uncomfortable, and they're just ready to get out of there. So make them comfortable.
Yeah, make them want to stay an extra day. What a compliment.
Yes.
Yeah.
That one thing that was kind of cute, actually not on our list, but in one of the Airbnbs we stayed, they had just a little tray with just like an extra, like a brand new toothbrush and a little toothpaste and mouthwash. And I'm like, that's such a nice gesture. If I forgot something, I'm like, oh, I have to run out to a grocery store. Where's the grocery store? Do I need to get an Uber? It was just so nice that had I forgotten something, that it's all there, and they were just taking care of the people,
And she also left makeup wipes because she had white washcloths, and you're like, oh, I don't want to ruin her washcloth. So that was really nice that she thought of that too.
Yeah. So if you're particular about just the care of any of your things, be vocal about it, and just write a little love note and say, these are for your makeup wipes. Please use these versus the washcloth. I don't think I didn't feel adverse to using those at all. And you feel more respect for, that she cares for her things.
Yeah.
So
that's great.
Lovely.
The Wi-Fi password.
Ooh,
yeah. Having a little note jot down on the nightstand maybe where they can access that is really great. Extra chargers, a phone charger plugged in.
Been there.
Yeah. We've all been there. Yeah.
Yeah. Cause like when you wake up in the morning to travel, like you have to have it. Like I have next to my bed, my phone charger, and I'll grab my phone and I'll get everything. And you know how many times I've walked out the door without the charger because that's the last thing I've used before leaving the house. So it's like if you're going somewhere and you have one that's just wow, this person is, you know what I mean? They thought of me, you know?
Hair ties, chapsticks, and lightning chargers, like they're everywhere because we all have to buy so many. So yeah, I love that. I think that's really smart.
Yeah. I think having lotion in the bathroom too.
Ooh,
yeah. Especially because it's winter time right now. It's so dry.
It's chapped out here in Utah.
Yeah. It's really, really cold. We're high in elevation as well. So I feel like our hands and bodies are always chapped. So having lotion is such a nice thing.
Yeah. And we've said this before, like nice smelling soaps. Like when they wash their hand, just anything to make the experience a little bit more lovely.
Yeah.
I think we all want that. So again, kind of build this like how you would want to, be treated as you were a guest in someone else's home. So
it's so much better than staying in a hotel.
Right?
Yeah.
I think so too.
Yeah, that they've thought of everything and it really will feel like a home away from home.
I love that.
Yeah. So good.
Love that.
The last one we have on here is just water. I think everybody always needs a drink of water before bed. So whether that be a little carafe with a little glass cup and maybe a coaster on the nightstand, or if it's just even a bottle of water, I think that's like a really nice thing to think of.
Yeah. Or find out their favorite drinks and stock up and be like, I know you're a Diet Coke drinker. The fridge is stocked. Help yourself. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a carafe you can fill with Diet Coke for a late night sip.
That's great. Well, I don't know how many guests you guys are expecting this holiday season, but hopefully this has been helpful. We love having guests and we love making it a special home away from home to just give them a really great experience. It's fun for you too to be a hostess, and you'll be extra excited for them when you've thought of all the things for them to experience this.
Yeah. And if you love something, it's more fun to share that.
Yes.
So if you have a favorite scent, if you have, your favorite set of sheets, let them experience that because it is more fun when they feel your excitement for them to be there.
Awesome. Well, we hope all of you guys have a great day. And whether you're the guest or the hostess, we hope that you enjoy your experience. Hey, thanks for listening. If you like our show, please leave a 5-star rating.